black fan here to make the big huge motor for the demi-john, the 12-gallon one. So we got to take this apart and get the motor out. First thing I do is turn this. This is how to get the top off. And this is typically what it's like taking fans out. The fan top comes off. So you can just take the scissors and cut off. A box big enough, or we install this under a table so we can just reach under and turn it on, then there's not much modification more than that. This little piece doesn't really need to come off. It might be a lot of work to get it off, but I'll see. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next part of the video. Undo these 4 screws here to get this top off here, and we'll look inside the motor. Probably pulls off here. There's a couple more screws here, a little small. Make sure to keep all the parts together. Realize the motor is not going to get any smaller, but we can move the switch. Instead of it being on the bottom, we can move it to the side, so we got to get this out still. that gives us a little bit more room, and the switch can now come over to the side. It's not at the bottom. And now we can check to see if it's going to fit in this box. Keep the pieces together. There's a little briefcase box, and the motor is going to sit inside the box. We're going to mount it in here, and we'll build a place to big demi-john on top here. It's pretty solid, and I'll cut a little hole in the middle so we can stabilize it on and have lights coming up too. Let's see how this is going to fit. If I put it here, that's perfect. It comes right up to the top here, so we're within the good range. So we'll move on, and I'll show you the mounting part of it. Now, folks, I want you to see a couple more things to this process of this building. This one is we also want to open these cords up here, because if you see the switch here, if I mounted this in the middle here, you can't get the switch to the side here, so you'd have to open it to turn it on. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these wires here to open up the cords. Careful not to cut the wires. Zip cords here, and now let's see how much room we got to work with on the switch here. So quite a bit more room. Now we can pretty much get it all the way to the end here. Alright, so next thing we want to do is we want to deactivate the fan mobility that moves the fan back and forth. So to deactivate that, we just want to take off the screw that's holding the little arm to turn this guy here to turn so we deactivate that. Now it won't spin, and the next process will be to get some wood in here and mount it all in right in the center here like that. So we'll see you back at that part. Okay, now folks, I want you to see what I'm doing here. I'm mounting this motor from the black fan, and I see also here this little gear here, which has to do with what we deactivated there, the little arm that causes the fan to move back and forth. That's an extra part that we can save extra space, and you want the bottom to be flat as possible. That way you can mount it perfectly level. So basically there's just two screws holding this thing together at the bottom here. So I've already taken off one. Now this comes right off, and now I just want to take off this little transformer thing here. Take that apart. And now we have a nice base on the bottom. Now this piece is connected to when this spins, so it is the bottom here. So we want to make sure that that's sitting in a hole. I could just drill a hole in a piece of wood, and that way that'll sit inside and it won't rub, and that'll be a nice solid mount there. So we'll get on to the next part of it. Now I want you to see, to mount this, I'm going to drill a hole in this wood, and you can see this part that's sticking out here. If I drill a hole in there and I line it up here, it fits just in there perfect right here, so that this won't reach the bottom. So I'll drill a hole through this piece of wood here, right here, and I'll also cut it to length here. I'll cut it right there so it just fits in there snug. So it holds right in the middle, and it's very nice and light, and it'll all be mounted right in there. That's how easy it is to mount these motors. Alright, so I'll just get onto that. Now you can see what I've done is I've cut this piece of wood here, so it fits right in here. And I cut another piece of plywood, a thin piece of plywood that fits just snug in there, nice and snug, and that's going to hold this in place here. So line your other piece here, so right up across your box, if you're using a briefcase or any kind of box you find at Value Village or something you have around the house, and line it up directly to the middle by lining it up to the middle of the handle of the briefcase. So line that up. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill 5 holes in here. I'm going to drill one in the center, and that is where the bottom of the motor, right here, the bottom of that is going to sit in there so that it doesn't touch, and it has a nice flat surface on the bottom here. So, and then I'm also going to drill in about halfway down the wood there, so I can screw in this wood to this and mount it in there nice and strong so it won't move. So I'm just going to drill those holes now. Right, we're back, and now I have drilled right through this piece here, right through the center. And these ones have gone now, all 4 of these, halfway down. That way we're going to screw this down now. And you can use this mounting method for any kind of custom water vortexer that you're making. So these 4 screws will now go into the corners there, and we will further then come back to this piece here, and we will get rid of these guys as well by cutting the cord, and I'll show you how to reattach the cord as well. If you'll probably need to do that when you take out the motor. You'll need to unattach the cord and reattach the cords. Okay, so we'll be back for that. I'll just screw in these now. Screw in these. Hello YouTubers, I'm back here. Got the 4 screws in, nice and solid. It ain't gonna go anywhere. Very solid base. So now we place the motor, the end of the motor inside the hole, and that gives it stability as well. Now this little piece here, this is where the dial is for the speeds, 3 speeds. So what we do with that is we drill a little hole here in the bottom, right where it's going to stick in, so that it goes right in this area, and then your knob goes on here. So the next step for us now for this one is to get rid of all of this plastic stuff here, to clean this up nice, and that way you'll learn how to splice wires and put them back together in a great easy way. Otherwise you don't need to get rid of this stuff too. If you don't want to, you can just we can finish mounting this thing on here and leave this stuff inside, which I kind of prefer to do because it all goes inside the box anyways and you don't see it. So we'll finish building up, mounting this piece on here, and we'll get the top done. Hello folks, I'm back here. Now what I've done is I've drilled a bigger hole here so that this won't touch, because there are 2 little pieces that extend here, and if that starts to rub, the motor could break. So in that case, oh sorry, it's this end, so it doesn't have those pieces, but it could still rub, so now it can easily fit in there without rubbing. Now the next thing I've done here is I'm taking out these little these little screws here that connect here, and see what I've done here. I've added a screw. Now I noticed I put it on the wrong way, but this screw is going to go through here and mount right into here, and that's it. It's a simple, clean, easy process to mount these if you have these extra things, and many of the motors do have that. I'll show you an example. This is a standard looking motor right here, and it's usually very flat near the bottom. Now if it's not flat, you want to either drill a hole in the wood so that you can get that piece in there and you want it flat. So this is similar of what it looks like here of the other motors that you'll run into. So next thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna screw these 4 pieces and mount this in here, and we'll be back for that when that's done. Alright, and we're back here, folks, and check it out. What I've done is I have screwed those 4 screws in. It's completely mounted now. 4 screws here holding this in, and 4 screws holding this in, so it's solid, and this is spinning nice here. So we could even turn it on here. This will be our first test. And let's see, here's the little switch, and I'll just drill a little bit of a bigger hole so we can have a knob here. So let's turn it on. There we go. Listen to that, pretty quiet. Nice little, turn it up a notch. And full blast. Nice. So the next process here will be now to cut the cord here and take off this stuff, and then that way we can also then drill a hole here on the side, and then we can put the cord through there. That way we can plug it into the wall, and the top will close, and the cord won't be in the way. So we'll cut this now here with the scissors. And let's just see if this cord does go through there. Okay, so you can kind of pull on it, so I can pull it out. I'll cut it, say, about right here. That'd be a good idea. Okay, folks, that was had the electricity on there, and we may have shorted it out now. This motor may not be working, but we'll see. I'll show you how to splice it and put it back together here. It is like 3 in the morning now, and I haven't gone to sleep, and I've been working on this, so not really thinking clearly, but who knows, maybe the motor's still working. Then you take the scissors and just go, if you don't have an actual real splicer, I think I have one somewhere, but this is sometimes just as easy too. And you just cut right along the side. Try not to cut too much of the copper wire. As long as you get like 3/4 of it, it's a really good connection still. So get all the wires out. Just like that, and give them a little twist like this. And same with the other wires. So that kind of idea like that. And I'll do the other ones and we'll attach it. Alright, we're back, folks, after that big boom, the big blast. Learn from my mistakes, folks. Learn from my mistakes. Definitely, you know, be careful and be conscious of working with electricity. But this may or may not work. Let's see, what I've done is I've used the scissors to cut off the sides there, and then twisted these pieces here, and as well with the other end. where the cord is. So in any case, this is a good tutorial to learn so that you can do this for splicing the wires together. So now this piece, I've drilled a hole right here in the side. So we're going to feed this through like this, and then that way it's all a nice clean unit in here. So we'll connect up the colors here, and then we'll add electrical tape to bond them all together. So I'll join these and we'll be back. Alright, I'm so happy, folks, I can't believe it. There, I joined the pieces together here, the joining, and it actually works. Turn it on, and here we go. There it is. So that was pretty cool. Alright, I was expecting it might be not working after that big blast, but it's a powerful motor. Shows you how strong these fans are. So this is really very amazing water structuring. So we'll continue on with the tutorial here, and I'll unplug it this time before working with electricity. Lesson learned. And basically my little system is here. I'm going to leave these pieces in here because they're no problem. This thing is closed most of the time anyways. And then as far as with the cord here, what I like about these little boxes is you can just push the cord back in while the top is down like this. They put the top down, and you can actually just push the cord back in whatever box you're using, and that way it's easy, it's portable and easy, and then you can just pull it back out. So that's another neat little feature. And then your knob is right here, so you don't even have to open it unless you want to show people how you built it like that. So so the next part here is I'm gonna duct tape this all together, and I'll show you that. So I'll finish that up here. Alright, it's all installed now. It's all taped up here. So you don't want any of the wires touching for sure. Now the next step is to put the top on here and get the magnets on, as well as to cut out the top, a nice circle in here. So as you can see right now, the briefcase doesn't actually close all the way. It's just a little bit not quite closing. Now that is because this is sticking out a little bit. Now that is perfect. We want it sticking out a little bit because it's nice to put your own top on the top as well. So I highly recommend cutting the hole out the center here so you can adjust it by adding or removing magnets, because some glass jars have a big indent in the middle, and so you'll have to add more magnets to the top and tape it as well. The magnets will fly off when you turn on the motor, so you don't want that. You got to tape down the magnets before you spin the motor. And these caps generally have this little notch in there, and that goes over these two pieces. So you line that up, and then there's generally also a cap on top which screws on top that as well. So luckily this thing is still flat right there, so it's not really wasting any space. This part could be cut off as well to save space, but we are going to put a top on it, so we're going to screw this on like that, and then we're going to add the magnets, and I'm going to cut a hole in the top here, and away we go. We'll be almost ready to go here soon. Hello everybody, we're back here. What I've done so far is I have cut a hole in the top here. So this is right exactly in the middle. Nice job on that. And the top, when the top is on, there's plenty of clear room there. Plenty of clearance. So yeah, funny enough, this one spins the other way. You spin it left, you tighten it. So you can see right here, there's a bit of room there. Now this blue piece that's on here, I'm gonna glue it to the inside or staple it onto the inside here before I cut it around the edge. That way this won't be all loose and falling down. It'll be nice there when you open it. And I also got this nice piece of wood here, a little 3/4 inch 2x4 here, which is going to go right over top here. And I did also drill a hole in the center. It lines right up, and drew a circle here. And I'm going to cut this out now, and this is going to go on top as well for a nice platform for the demijohn. Alright, this is where we're at now, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a beautiful hole right in there, nice and round, done with the jigsaw by hand. And just take your time when you're cutting. And perfectly nice, good size there. And now what I'm going to do, instead of gluing this fabric here, I like to avoid glue if I can. I'm just going to use these wood pieces. These are going to go inside underneath the top of the briefcase here underneath, and then I'm going to screw screws in here into these, so it's going to hold the top on, so when you open and close it, it'll all be connected. And I'll run a little bit down the sides here as well to hold the cloth in, and then it'll look all nice when you open it up. So I'll show you that when I get it done. Alright, and now here's the progress. I have put the 4 screws in here, and I used 2 different sizes of drill bits here. One big one, so that way that when the heads of the screws at the top of the screws, the heads, when they go in, they're indented, so they're beneath the surface here, so that when you put your glass cardboard on here, it's completely smooth with nice soft wood here, no screws sticking out. Alright, so that's important. And then on the inside here, I screwed in the 2 pieces here, and that's going to hold in this cloth, so I don't have to glue it. I'd also put 2 little pieces here, but for now I'm just going to cut this open with the scissors, and then the fun part, adding the magnets. And then the most fun part is just trying it out. So we'll cut the cloth, and then we'll put in the magnets here. Alright, and we're back here with the magnets. So got these size here, which are I don't know exact size, maybe ½ inch. These ones, ½ inch here. And we got these ones here. These ones are very powerful, and we got 4 of them here to put on. I want this one to be the most powerful one, and that's why I used a very strong motor, so that it can do the 12-gallon demijohn. So I'm probably going to put the 2 magnets on there, maybe more spread out than this here, probably about really nice and wide, so I can put in a big magnet there to get a good vortex. So I'm going to spread this out. So that's the next step, and that's about the perfect flatness there. They don't touch at that place, so I'm going to secure those up and tape them on there. Okay, and now check it out, folks. This is what I got. I got this magnet a couple days ago as well. 2 of these magnets, and these are for cows. They get the cows to swallow them, and then if they eat any kind of metals, this pulls any kind of metals and pulls it to the magnet, so that it doesn't rip their intestines like if they eat part of the barbed wire of a fence. So this is a nice north and south pole here. So you see how the magnet here likes to, if you push it over here, it slides back like that. This is its main spot. So we want to apply those magnets exactly like that, exactly that distance, just like that. the distance across there so that it's all lined up. And this will be a nice rod that'll get a very powerful vortex for the big demijohn. So we'll get this all hooked up here. Alright, now folks, here we are, we're back, and this is what I come up with. I've tried some things like these little lids to go on top for the magnets on here, and the best solution I found is this little lid here. Now this little lid just fits right over top, nice snug fit just like that. So I'm going to tape it up as well, tape it on there nice and good. But to make sure that this cap doesn't come off, I am going to use this here, which is the cap that goes on top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right across here, just right across the top. That way I can still put the lid over top everything and glue it on, and the cap won't fall off like that. That's important as well for traveling and stuff. So I'll just cut this now. When we come back. Alright, and we're back again. I have cut this piece off. Here's the little tip to it, and now this piece won't be able to fall out here. So we'll just place this on, and the next will be to secure the lid on with some tape, and we'll almost be in business here. Put that on nice and secure. It's got a nice spin, nice even spin, and next here we will tape this onto the lid there, and then put the magnets on. Alright, now we've added the tape here, one across this way, and then across the bottom to hold it all together. I'm going to do a couple more tape to make this nice and solid, then we'll add the magnets. Alright, and we're back, folks. So first we had the cross there, and then I added 2 more there, so there's a total of 8 here. Sacred geometry of 8. And then I also added one more strip all along the bottom, made it nice and pretty right to the bottom there. So beautiful little sacred geometry, and so let's see how we're looking now. Alright, looking good. All closes good. And the next step here is to put the magnets on. So we'll get that going. Okay, we're back. So to put the magnets on, you want them to be repelling like this, so they're repelling this way and not attracting each other, so this way, and then put them on the sides flat down from repelling straight down like that. And I have measured it. It's got to be this distance right there. So we'll line that up down there, and luckily also this jar lid here is metal, so the magnet sticks right to it, which makes for easy placement of it like that. We got the north and south, and now we'll just tape it on, and we are basically ready to start performing. And voila, ladies and gentlemen, all taped up there, and the magnets are in there, nice and solid. And this magnet here for the cow's stomach. Yeah, very good, very good. Very nice. Alright, so that's sweet. So it's looking pretty good here. About ready to test it out. Awesome. Okay, and we're almost done here. So what I've done is I just added a little bit to the bottom here. Down beneath here I added some cardboard pieces here to make it a little bit higher, to go a little higher, quite a bit higher. And so that is perfect now. The demijohn is all lined up, and it's within a few millimeters of touching the glass, so it's perfect. Now I'm going to push this down really solid. Everything's in is solid. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw in the sides here and in the front and the back with the wood there, so it's all secure and it's not going to move, so it's always exactly the same height. When we close it here, it's always exactly the same. And so I'll screw that in here, and then we'll go over installing the speed adjuster here. Drill a hole in here and screw it in and install it. So we'll go through that here. Alright, and we're back, folks, and here I've just installed the little switch here, right here. Give it a turn. The motor goes on. Give it a little turn. Now, it was just as easy to install as this is how easy it is. Alright, so this all comes out, and what I did was I drilled a hole in here, and I laid this down flat on the wood, and then lined the drill up with the hole so that the hole goes right through. And then there's always two little rings here that you can screw right into the box. And then this piece, if you just use a drill bit that's just slightly smaller than this, when this goes in, it gets stuck in there, so it won't fall out as well. It's on there nice and good. There's like a little head in there, so when you turn the knob, it'll lock inside the grip there. And see here, get it back in there. So there we go. Yeah. And now it's all in there. It's all in nice and tight, and it turns on, and it's 3 speeds: full speed, second speed, and off. So if I just screw this now in there, and we're good to go. Solid connection. Everything's ready to go now. The plug can go back in by just pushing the plug back in and pulling it back out. And we got our full little unit here. So we'll get, next time we'll come back and we'll have the demijohn on, and we'll see how this thing works with this awesome idea with the magnet for the cows, and putting the tube over top for it to be nice and quiet. So we'll see how this works out. I'm pretty excited to see. Alright, see you soon. Alright, and we're back, folks. I just had the big demijohn on there with the water in it, and tested it out with the cow magnet, and the magnetic field is not strong enough so to hold the magnets there, so we are going to add another 2 more magnets of 19 pounds, 20 pounds, so it'll be 40-pound pull each, and that's going to really double the magnetic field here, and it'll be a little higher, so I'll then also just go underneath here, undo the screws on the sides that I bolted this in, and take another couple layers off, and measure the demijohn again, and we'll see how we go from there. We'll be back. Alright, and here we are with the big demijohn and some water in there, and the magnet's inside there, but I just want you to see how close it is to the glass here. When I turn it on, you can hear it spinning. It's actually hitting the demijohn. If I lift it up, you'll hear the sound go away. Listen to this. It's gone. Let go. Comes back. Gone. So it's really only about 2 millimeters off. So very close to the glass. It's a very close alignment. I just need to lift it up just the slightest millimeter or 2, and this will be a nice smooth operation here. Alright, folks, and we're back here, and now I've decided what I'm going to do. What I've noticed here is that these magnets, I'm going to redo this. I'm going to take these magnets off and spread them out a little longer. That way that this cow magnet thing here will have a better contact, because that way it won't spin off, because right now in the demijohn it spins and then shoots off. So it's really important when you're testing too, is definitely to use this little clear tube that you get at aquatic stores, like fish stores and pet stores, or hardware stores as well. And this puts a nice coating over it, and it makes it really quiet in operation as well. So we'll do that just because I want to use this big magnet here. This magnet, I'll also show you where they're available. I'll put the link on, and they're around 20 bucks for this magnet. And this can do the really big ones because it's a very large size, so it could get a big vortex going. With a big motor and a big magnet, you could get a big vortex. So this is where I'm going to mount the magnets here, right on the outside here, and we're going to redo this. It's very easy to pull apart and redo. Remember, you want opposing forces this way flat, and move them flat and put them down. That way you have the north and the south, and this will be great. Here, let's try this out. Alright, now I've applied the two magnets, and I put a clear tape over top here, and that holds it all in place. And what I did is I just put a little bit of tape on the sides here to hold the magnet in, because it wants to go out, and the spinning magnetic force, it wants to pull out. So this holds it in on the sides, and the clear tape so that we can still see the magnet. And I thought that would be kind of cool, that you can still see the magnet through the end. So we're going to do that. We're going to add the second magnets now and put another layer over top. Alright, I want you to see now what I've done is I've added the two magnets. The second magnet I put a clear tape over as well, so you can see the magnets. And then I want you to see here, I also did a little bit of sacred geometry. I did the hexagon here, which is in honoring of changing the hydrogen bond angle to hexagonal. So nice little beauty, little finishing job at the end. And now it's time to test this baby out. Alright, we're back for testing mode. The demijohn is on with the water. You can see the magnets in the middle. We'll turn on the motor. And boom, perfect. What a quiet operation. Listen to that. Very, very quiet, but amazing sound of the water, much like a river or a waterfall. Very, very powerful healing sound. And we got two more speeds to go up. There's second and third. Very quiet as well. Smooth operation. Powerful magnets. Now we'll apply the magnets and we'll see how this baby runs. Alright, here folks, I just want to show you here that the magnets didn't work whether I had two magnets on the sides spread far away like this, and two of them, or one, and different heights. So far I found that having the big magnets, even the very powerful ones, having them wide, it's harder to get the magnetic field to be strong enough from the distance of the poles. So we're going to tape these ones right here in the middle, and again, remember opposing forces, place them down, they'll connect together, and then we'll tape this on and we'll try this. It should be working this way. Alright, and we've got the magnets all taped on. Nice little clear tape over top, hold them down, and we'll check this out, see how this works. Alright, we're back here folks. So the magnets are all close now, and I'm going to be using this magnet here, which has got the two spheres here, half-inch spheres, and as well these also pretty thick magnets here, and that fits right in the middle. Very, very, look, it even pulls it up like that. Pulls it up, and very strong even up here. So what I'm finding with the demijohn and the carboys is that the magnet has to be pretty strong way up, pretty far away from it, because the glass is often thick on the bottom, especially on the demijohns, which are the 12 gallons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this magnet, and it just barely fits in this elastic rubber tube here, and it just fits in there. So I'm going to push it in the middle, and then we're going to put that in. That way it makes no noise, because when the motor's on, listen to this, it's almost just a little vibration here of the table and this thing over here, but it's quite quiet and clean. So this is going to give it a bigger spiral if we can keep it connected, and I'm hoping this is going to work. It's been a lot of trial and error, but we'll see if this works. Alright, and here we are. We're back now with the carboy here. It's filled up about almost 2/3 here, and here we go. We got it. It's working now. What I did with the magnet here is I just cut off the tubes on the end. I'll show you the magnet when I take it out. And I got it working here. So it's a beautiful, very powerful, so very quiet machine here. We did a whole tutorial on how to build this one, and this is amazing, huge, powerful oxygenation of the water, and structuring by vortexing the water. So let's turn this puppy on. Here we go. This is speed number 1 first. We'll start off speed number 1. You can see there, boom, it just strikes like lightning, just like that, and full oxygenation with the bubbles going in there. So very, very powerful, and that's speed number 1. So let's go to speed number 2, and it's very quiet too. And so you can see the thickness of the unicorn horn coming down there is quite a bit thicker now. And finally the 3rd speed, and right there a nice spin of the water here, really highly spinning and structuring. So amazing. This is awesome. You got to make one of these. This is the awesome machine, and check it out. We got more tutorials on how to build these. Every single one's unique, and check out the tutorials and ask questions, post comments. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have way more awesome, amazing videos. Alright. Now here, this is how to get the magnet out, ladies and gentlemen. Just go in there with your little tube. It could be wood, it could be metal, and make sure you take the magnet out. Now the great thing is when you do add this tube here, it doesn't oxidize as easy, because when it contacts the glass it especially oxidizes. But you basically want to, after you're done vortexing the water, then take out the magnet each time and just you know, put it in a certain spot you always put it to. And that's part of the maintenance of this, but that's how easy this is. And yeah, check it out, watch some more tutorials, and learn how to build awesome other stuff. Alright, here folks, here we go. We got the big demijohn on here now. Check this out. This is about 4 gallons here, so a full one of the carboys. And let's get this puppy going. So the water is still right now. It's well, pretty close to it. It's just coming back to a state. It's still slightly spinning from, I just turned it on. It works awesome. So let's turn it on and show you what happens here. Major oxygenation, big tornado coming in there. It's a great shot from the side too. Get your shot from the side. Just awesome structuring. I'm really impressed with this and how quiet it is as well. It's therapeutic sounding. Really sound of nature, like a river, and oxygenation, structuring going on. Beautiful sounds of nature. And ladies and gentlemen, one more shot from the side of the big demijohn here on from the black fan. Here we go. Let's turn this puppy on. Awesome. Couldn't be any more happier with this little thing, and I hope you guys try it. Take the time. It's a fun experience to to do, and to little project to try, and you end up getting amazing results like this. And it's the experience, the journey, that's half the fun anyway. So try it, guys. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I enjoy this thing, and I'm going to be making a couple more still. Thanks for watching. See you next time. By the way, that's space, my friend, space in the background.